So yeah, I went to like 10 different nail salons, and I gotta be honest with y'all, these nail places have some of us in a chokehold. They weren't packed, but even one of us in there is too many as far as I'm concerned. And for anybody who's feeling like the blackout isn't working, please remember, at this point, it's only been a couple weeks. Every dollar removed from their businesses and put back into our black businesses is our wealth being put back into us. Let's keep it going, y'all.
This is week 2 of the Black transfers. What are you sisters doing? Are you strategizing? I don't think you are. Because if you were, I would see more of your black businesses out here on this TikTok app representing you.
So y'all know it's an Asian. We not doing the stores, right? So I haven't either, but I kind of have to go to the gas station because there are no black-owned gas stations like around here. If you know some, please tag them. But I also have to go in there and get my products. You know what products I'm talking about? The Quick Trip don't sell them products. So when I say they have been being extra friendly, I mean, I went in the store and the man gave me, I think the price of the stuff was $6.99. I promise you that man charged me $4.99. And I've been going to that store for years. He was like, "Hey, how you doing? You need anything else? We got they is trying to get y'all need But they have been friendlier than ever now. Going to them stores, I bet they be a little bit more friendly. They have learned. I don't think they learned enough, but I'm still boycotting. I'm just letting you know. Them attitudes done changed in them stores, just so y'all know. It's not hurry up and buy. It's let me see what I can do like it should have been in the first place.
Now, you see that the black community has come together and we have decided not to patronize the Asian businesses that have not treated us well in our communities. We didn't say all Asian businesses. We said the ones that are in our community that behave like parasites.
And that right there is where people are missing the point. Anyway, let's educate one another. Now, there seems to be a growing confusion about what is actually happening. Some people call it a boycott, while others describe it as a wealth transfer. But those are not necessarily the same thing, though they may look like, but they are not the same thing. A boycott focuses on deciding which businesses deserve support, which one do not need to be supported, which one need to be punished, which one do not need to be punished. A boycott really looks about hating, really looks about punishing somebody, while a wealth transfer, on the other hand, focuses on redirecting spending back into black communities and strengthening black-owned businesses. I hope you get what I mean. Now, that distinction really matters because it changes the entire purpose of the movement, and it's what will decide whether this movement is going to be permanent or is going to be a temporary thing. Now, some people are asking whether the blackout is working after only a few weeks, but let's be honest here. Economic change is rarely immediate. Even these Asians have not prospered from black people in one day. It has taken some time. So for generations, billions of dollars have flowed out of black communities. I mean, supporters of the wealth transfer approach, they argue that the goal is not simply to stop spending elsewhere. It's not about hating somebody. It's not about, hating somebody's shop. The goal is to build a stronger economic foundation, create opportunities. We are talking of job opportunities, and keep more wealth circulating within black communities. So stay tuned as we learn more from this, and at the end we need to discuss the benefits of this wealth transfer. Okay, what's the benefits? And some of the benefits will shock you. Let's dive into this, and if this is your first time, please subscribe for more of these discussions. Otherwise, I'll see you at the end.
This is week 2 of the Black transfers. What are you sisters doing? Are you strategizing? I don't think you are. Because if you were, I would see more of your black businesses out here on this TikTok app representing you. Stop talking about the Asians' empty businesses. We all know that's happening. Now is to seal the deal, to lock down the deal. You have to advertise your companies, where you guys are located, what your hours are, your address, And most importantly, you have to come together as a unity among sisters. So, for example, if you're in a city and there's only one black nail technician for that particular area, you can't handle all those customers, baby. You have to network with other sisters. So get on Facebook, get on Craigslist, get on anywhere and advertise that you're going to need assistance so that you guys can what? When those businesses are officially done in your area, you guys can come together collectively and run that shop. Get your LLC. Get yourself organized so that when the takeover is complete, you're ready. You're ready. If you're not ready, what us black women gonna do? If you're not ready, I need to get my nails done. I ain't gonna sit around waiting for you. No, I'm gonna go to the nearest salon and get my stuff done. No. Y'all gotta get organized now. Get organized. Bye.
You know, it comes to a point in life when you can literally only trust people to be who they are. Yeah. And when you're trying to accomplish something, there are always going to be that few, that sect and section of individuals that's not down with the program. Now, they're down with the benefits of the program, but they not going to help out with the heavy lifting, okay? But they going to be there to reap the benefit nonetheless. And you have to keep your eye open for those type of individuals. Trust them to be who they are. And they always will reveal themselves. Now, you see that the black community has come together and we have decided not to patronize the Asian businesses that have not treated us well in our communities. We didn't say all Asian businesses. We said the ones that are in our community that behave like parasites. In other words, they do not put back into the community. They take their wealth out of the community and take it to theirs, okay? Now, if you don't understand the meaning of that and you can't keep your ass out of Target because you just not down with the program, it's okay. Because even in Dr. King's time, baby, when they were boycotting on those buses, yeah, the majority of us, we got on board and we did what needed to be done so that we would have the outcome that we got. But realize there are always going to be that few that aren't down with the program. They're not willing to make any sacrifices to bring forth to fruition whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. And don't worry about them. You work with what you got to work with. So if you are trying to accomplish something and you only got a few in your corner, baby, it's okay. Go ahead on and stand with the few and do what it is that you need to do. Because there's always going to be those particular individuals that don't see the need to make the sacrifice. Now, I'm the kind of person to where if I see where I'm spending my money, I'm not appreciated as a human being, and you following me around the store, or you talking to me crazy, or it's just a lack of respect there, you ain't got to worry about me. Baby, ain't no need for no boycott when it comes to something like that as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to spend my hard-earned coin with nobody that treats me less than human. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that. Nope. But don't sit up here fussing with people over the internet because they trying to clickbait you with they hauls from Target and or they showing how they still going to get their nails done and all that kind of stuff. It is okay. Don't fall out with them about it. Just peep it, check game, and you go ahead on and do what you got to do. Because, baby, since the beginning of time, there's always been somebody not down with the program. That's life. But don't let it sway you. You go ahead on and you do what you're convicted to do. Because we ain't all on the same program and we ain't all going to be convicted about the same thing. But those stragglers, hopefully, they'll open their eyes and get it one day. But if they don't, keep on keeping on, baby. Keep on keeping on. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Peace.
So I found myself back in Asian people business, and this is what I found out. Oh, baby, the ban is not stopping, okay? Them Asian-owned nail salons and shit, the chairs are empty. It's summertime. That's where they supposed to get the most business. Pedicure season, baby. They have no clients. Now they all on the internet crying about how their salons are empty and how nobody's getting their nails done, nobody's supporting these businesses, and how it's racist and everybody's anti-Asian. But let me explain something to y'all, okay? I want to make sure that I'm 110% clear, so that way I'm going to talk real slow so that way y'all understand me, okay? Because I understand that comprehension is not a skill that everybody has. People do not want to support your business, not because they don't like Asian people and they're anti-Asian. They don't want to support your business because they're tired of being racially profiled as soon as they walk into the door. All right? They're tired of feeling like that every time they go into y'all salons and, go to y'all hair supply stores, you're following them around and, you laughing and joking and talking shit in different languages and Vietnamese or whatever the fuck language y'all are speaking. They don't feel welcome. That's why they don't want to support your business. This whole situation with Cyrus was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was already coming. Like I said, I'm going to speak real slow so that way everybody understand what it is that I'm saying, okay? So, for you to try to shift the blame and say, well, don't buy nothing from China, and that means that y'all need to just start growing y'all hair and stop buying that wigs and weaves from China and whoop, whoop, whoop. How are you claiming that someone is being racist to you when you are being microaggressive all in the same breath? Okay, it's like you don't know if you want to be the victim or the villain in this origin story. And the problem is that y'all want that proximity to whiteness. But let me explain something to you. Unless your skin is pale white and you are white, you will never be white. Okay, baby, they don't look at you as one of them. You are still a minority. You are still a person of color. And the fact that you use that as a pedestal to put yourself above other people of color because your skin's just a tiny bit lighter is a problem. It's deep in y'all community, and that's something that y'all need to work on. But all this crying on the internet, it need to stop because we don't give a fuck.
And so what if Black people are boycotting Asian businesses? If that's what it takes to wake our community up.
Gia, you are very critical of Asians, and when you talk this way about our people, all you're doing is creating division. I've seen your videos about the Cyrus Rickshaw situation. I don't disagree with your stance there. It was a tragic loss of life. There is anti-Blackness within our community. I just don't think you need to imply that we deserve to be boycotted. Like, yeah, go ahead. Wake our community up. Who are you referring to exactly? Maybe you should clear that up. You are telling the Black community it is okay to generalize all of us, and the ones who are speaking out against it right now, I'm watching them get bullied by their own peers, and I can only imagine that you are partially responsible. Because hey look, an Asian said it was okay. Do you know that woman?
If you come to New York, yo, you gotta order 4 chicken wings and pork fried rice.
This woman, all she's doing is telling the world how good this Asian restaurant is. And look at these comments. This is ridiculous. Like, since when are we the boot? Us, Asians, in this country? The boot. Does this woman who made the chicken wings, does she need a wake-up call?
We're calling all of the Asian takeout places, replacing a big-ass, fat-ass.
Now, I don't want to be a hypocrite and generalize the Black community. I know these cases are outliers, and most Black people want this boycott so that they can circulate their money back into their own community, as they should. And I'm seeing stuff like this on my FYP too. Clearly, a lot of Black people are wanting to support their own people, which is good, but clearly there are some who are doing things for revenge. And I can't help but feel like people like you enable that. Now, yes, it's more the Black community's responsibility to address these people than it is ours, but my point is, you are not helping. This guy is a complete dunce and does not speak for me, yet I honestly feel like you validate his existence. You give his words power. You guys have similar energy, actually.
Please do.
So what?
I'm really wondering where you're coming from deep down. Do you really think that we are so much more capable than Black people of taking economic hits that you can just throw all Asian businesses under the bus like this. I don't know where you grew up, but I grew up in New York, and a lot of Asians in New York do not grow up financially privileged, whether they're East Asian, South Asian, Southeast Asian. Do you think those people are anti-black and need to wake up? I honestly feel like they don't have the time to be anti-anybody. They're trying to just make it.
I saw a video on TikTok.
Oh, I think you're the first one to come up and say that.
The Black and Asian communities, we are running through a lot of the same hurdles. But the way you talk about us, honestly, it sounds like you have the Asian version of white guilt. And I hate to use that term, but we got to call it something. And I'll be honest, that video of yours about Jeffrey's Island and how they viewed Asians as more desirable than blacks, the one that you deleted without addressing any of the black creators that called you out, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with you. I have a lot of respect for you and other Asian creators on this app. I think we all have a place here, more or less. But this time, I cannot sit idly by while you get on here and minimize our life experiences and our people. Anti-blackness does exist within our community. It's good that you call it out. But if you continue to talk without nuance and with such anger, all you're going to do is set yourself up as quote unquote one of the good ones, which is such a divisive, harmful, and unnecessary thing to be. I hope you understand that.
And if you are from Philly, I know you know what this is. And yes, I have the tea on where to get this from. If you're not from Philly, then let me let you know these are the best summer refreshing, oh my God, the original Philadelphia Italian water ices. And I always say, Dad, I would love to find out where they sell these at because there's nothing like them. These are the original ingredients of the Philly water ices, y'all. And it is at the Gold Luxury Nail Bar. She has these available. And I promise you, if you go up there just to get this, you will not be disappointed. Once I got mine, everybody else was like, wait a minute, what's that over there in that corner? And then they seen her make mine. It was like, oh, I want one too. And baby, before you know it, we all was quiet because we was enjoying our nice, cool, refreshing, delicious Italian water ice. And even a little nephew that was walking around selling his candy at the stores, he came in and we supported him and he even got him one too. These businesses create a safe space in a community for everybody. And to be honest, I think that's what's missing in our community. That's why the immigrant communities are so tight-knit, because they shop with each other. They communicate with each other. They go to the functions. They see each other that they know. Like, it's what's missing in our community. We spread it ourselves too thin. And I'm just so glad that we are finding ourselves again. Look at Jazzy acting crazy, but that's how fun it was.
Now, before anything else, there is a major misunderstanding that needs to be cleared up. Some black people are defining it the other way, others are looking at it in a different way. Some people call it a boycott, others call it a wealth transfer. But which one is the better definition of this movement? This is wealth transfer. And the difference between those ideas is extremely important. Because a boycott is usually about who deserves support or who does not. It focuses on avoiding certain businesses, avoiding certain things. But wealth transfer focuses on something much bigger. It is about redirecting economic activity, redirecting spending, redirecting resources back into black communities. That is forever. But if you look at it as boycott, then it's going to be temporary. Because once these Asians seem to be, they're not racist anymore. Once they seem to be treating people well, then yeah, that's what would be the end of this. In other ways, the goal is not simply to stop, supporting one group. It's not about hate. The goal is to strengthen one another within black community. That is why some people believe this conversation should not be centered on whether certain businesses are good or bad, whether some Asians are racist or not. Their argument is that the focus should be on building economic strength inside the black communities. But here's the part that many people are overlooking. A wealth transfer cannot be completed through spending decisions alone. Not only about where we spend, it also requires preparation, it requires organization, it requires investment. People still need those services. People still need those products that these agents have been offering. People still need places to shop. They still need, nail technicians. They still need, barbers, right? They still need contractors. They still need restaurants. They still need grocery stores. People still need these things. People still need businesses that can meet their everyday needs, because nothing has changed as far as you are a human being. You need these products, you need these services. But what has changed? Okay, if businesses do not exist, where will people go? Because you still need that. You still need those, your nails to be done. You still need those services. You still need those products. That has not changed. Your life will still demand that. That is why one creator in the discussion made a very clear point here that black entrepreneurs must prepare for increased demand, right? They must network, they must organize, they must partner with one another, they must expand capacity. Because if customers cannot find the products and the services they need, eventually they will return to whoever can provide them. Because you see a need, they still need this. Or else you are the only person offering that service as a black person in a large city. Can you manage all that? Okay, if the people were going into Asian shops and they could only wait some few minutes and they are done, now they're coming to you, but you are the only one offering that service, and people have to wait 3-4 hours. What will happen? People will just need convenience. There are moments where people just need some things to be done because maybe they want to attend a certain meeting, so they can just go anywhere close, and that may happen to be an Asian. So there is need to have preparation. There is need to have proper investments. That brings us to the first major benefit of a successful wealth transfer: business creation. Okay, when communities intentionally support local entrepreneurs, more businesses are encouraged to start businesses. More businesses mean more choices, more competition, and more opportunities for consumers. Okay, so there was a competition with these Asians, but now black people are willing to support black-owned shops, black-owned businesses. So if you are starting that business, it means there is low competition. Okay, because within the black community, you may be the only one, or you may be at least a few who are offering that. So that's something that should attract people into business venture. Now, the second benefit is job creation. Okay, growing businesses need workers, right? Workers earn income, families benefit, and more money begins circulating throughout the community. Okay, the benefit is to support one another. Some people are lacking jobs. There was somebody who pointed that these people, even in their shops, they could not employ black people, which means they were even taking the jobs. Okay, so this time around, the jobs will be available when more black people open businesses. And a third benefit is community development. Yes, and this one is so important. Stronger businesses often contribute to local events, youth programs, neighborhood projects, and economic stability. Now, look at it. Where the Asians supporting, black people's activities in the community, where they doing it? But if black people are the ones owning, big shops, they're now dominating, they will definitely do this because it belongs to them. The fourth benefit is generational wealth. This is not for today. Okay, that's being selfish if you may plan to just look about what is happening today. That's selfish. You need to look at the people who are being born, the younger ones. What future are you building for them? Businesses can be passed down. These Asians, that's what they do. Okay, they can be running a shop that was started by their great grandparent. Okay, they are just passing down to other people knowledge of operating businesses can be passed down. Assets can be passed down over time. Future generation, the generations can inherit stronger foundations than the generations before them. And the fifth point, the fifth point is economic independence. I think this one is also powerful. The more economic resources a community controls, the more influence it has over its future. There are moments where poor people are looked down upon because they don't have money. Okay, they don't have money, but the more you have money, people will value your voice because you have ability to influence bigger events. You are able to do so many things. The more options you have because you have money, the more resilient your community becomes during difficult times. Now, none of this happens overnight. No community transforms itself in just 2 weeks. So that's why people need to be patient. There are people who are questioning, but where is this thing going? Okay, they are questioning, what's the future of this? No economic movement produces historical results in 1 month. There's need to be humble. There's need to be patient. Little change requires patience. Little change requires sacrifice. Little change requires building something that can last forever. That is why supporters of the wealth transfer idea argue that this is not just about today's spending habits. It's about tomorrow's opportunity. It's about tomorrow's children. It's about the future generation. It's about creating businesses where there are none. There are people who are crying when they remember what their ancestors had to go through in order to fight for the freedom that people have today. Okay, those people, if those great grandparents were selfish, they could just do things for themselves, but they were still fighting. They were still fighting up until today. People have some sort of freedom. Okay, they can voice out, they can be in their own house, nobody can force them into a field to work. Okay, there is that sort of freedom. You can do, you can protest, you can do whatever, but that was not possible a long time ago. So expanding businesses that already exist is what really need to be given some sort of patience, and building economic foundation that future generation can inherit requires patience and hard working. Don't give up. People are willing to support each other. If it's so, for you to be supported as the owner of a black business, you also need to be serious. You also need to be patient. You also need to be dedicated, because at the end of the day, a wealth transfer is not just about moving money from Asian community to black community. It's about creating destinations for that money. Where is that money going? Is it going to help you again? Because the moment black people were supporting these Asians, that money was gone forever. But this time around, it's like that money is just moving from one room to another, because it's the same, community. And without those destinations of this money, like proper destination, the transfer can never reach its full potential. So once again, this is not boycott, this is wealth transfer. Because if you don't define these things, this movement, if you don't define it well, then this is going to be a temporary thing. I think that's my take. What's your take? If this is your first time and you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so we can have more of this. We can have more of this education. See you next time, and I'm proud of you.